welcome, Julia.
Thank you for having me.
This is our episode 7.
Episode 7.
Okay, I'm excited for this one. Are you?
I am. Julia, so I've just spent 3 days with you, so I'm so made up to see you again. So how are you?
I'm good.
Over to you.
I've recovered from the 3-day training in town. It was good,
In
wasn't it?
11-11. I loved it. So I got back from Ibiza on the Monday. I had a little cheeky day in here and then was there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Just on that, would that be recommended in future classes or courses? Would you recommend that or would you miss that
I
out?
think Andrea would. I think Andrea would be up for that.
It keeps it real.
Real and raw.
Real and raw. There's nothing like an Ashtanga practice to just bring
Wow.
you back down to earth
Wow.
after however many days you did in Ibiza.
3 nights and that was plenty. No, I got humbled.
Okay.
There you go.
Ashtanga.
So you did 3 nights and then you did 3 days with me. So there you go. You are
Night and day.
restored and balanced.
So for me, I'm not really a yogi. Say that word again.
Ashtanga.
What's that?
So that's the style of yoga that
Okay.
Julia teaches. And it's like, I text you, didn't I, saying, I feel like I'm ready for war.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like I was in military camp training to be in the army.
Well, interestingly enough, the practice was developed for
Oh,
lads
well.
in the
Wow.
army in the 1950s.
I can understand.
Did you have no idea?
I had
about
no
that?
idea. I was
That's
just
really
like,
interesting.
Yeah.
So Patabi Joyce in the 1950s, earlier than the 1940s, when India was about to claim independence, that was the style of yoga that these boys
military.
in Mysore were learning in preparation
Oh
to
my
go
God.
to go to war. So if you think about like what the practice
Yeah.
like develops, it's stamina
Mhm.
and strength. Hello, there's the army for you.
I'm ready to go.
That's mad though, isn't it?
Focus,
That is mad.
Stamina,
Sub-
strength and focus.
And like discipline.
Subconsciously.
Discipline, like massively for that,
Yeah.
which is
And-
something I need to work on.
Yeah. And
So
the practice is clearly made for guys, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
clearly
It is.
yeah, it's
so
all
strong.
it's all like shoulders with all like the chaturangas and the vinyasas. And had a woman have developed a practice, it would have been more like
Feminine.
hip
Yeah.
opening
Flowy.
and
Flowy.
Yeah.
Well, it is flowy.
It is
At-
flowy.
at
You
parts.
move the vinyasa, you're moving with the breath, but the actual vinyasa that links the posture to posture, it's almost like a burpee. It's almost
Yeah.
like something that comes from the gym. But at
Yeah.
the time, that shala, the yoga space, the yoga school at the time, it was next to a gym. So there was definitely like some
combined.
inspiration that came over that
From there.
combined all those postures, the traditional
love that.
postures of hatha, and then they kind of like put that little like gymnastic
Bit of sauce on
vinyasa.
it.
A
It's
little
definitely
Bit of sauce on
saucy.
top.
a little
It is
bit of sauce on the top, but it's very shoulder dominant,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Which I like. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's tough.
So,
And in the
on that though, so from a like, for me, yoga, I've done yoga a few times and like, it just like,
It's frustrating.
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you're stuck in them poses, like you just said, your shoulders are burning.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Everything's hating.
just say the next one. Just say the next one because
Your little
I feel
lips
like,
go all tight.
yeah. But then,
We know your type.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like that on my phone in the corner.
Like that, what do you mean downward dog is the best pose?
Yeah.
It's that look, isn't it?
You
When they
hamstrings.
say something and then you look up and think, what does that mean?
I know. Especially in your classes because you say it all in Sanskrit, don't you?
Sanskrit.
Or whatever the word is. Sorry.
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah. So it's all the names of the postures, the old school
So,
names
like,
of the postures.
Yeah, it's all the traditional names as well. So
okay.
you're like,
So
But it's a really traditional practice, Ashtanga. Like not
Yeah.
all
I like
yoga,
that,
not
I
all
like
yoga
that.
is like that. So it really respects the lineage.
yeah.
You know.
So I was touching on there. So for people who just want to, like, men, I'll look from my side. It's like, I'm not going to yoga. But then if
Yeah.
men knew more what yoga was about, like straight away, because it was made for like the army, it sort of made me feel a bit more like, oh,
I'll give it a go.
you could give it, you know, because it was like almost
Interesting.
designed from that side of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for me, for not doing yoga, for like think, well, what am I going to gain from going to yoga?
I think
Obviously, I
it's a
know
stretch.
the presence and the stretch and obviously to come out the mind, but knowing that it was built from like the army, for the army type.
That appeals.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Right.
I need to kind of repackage.
Do you know what I mean?
Next course then.
Repackage my,
Get on the
Mar-
market.
get the marketing
So
strategies.
would you, like, he's only got a nod or a wave, but did you know that? And would that make it a bit more appealing for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to an
Okay.
Ashtanga studio, and there aren't any in Liverpool because it's not the most popular style, you're lucky to get like one Ashtanga class in a studio. And if you do go to like a traditional Ashtanga studio, which you're looking at going to like London or like a
really?
bigger city than Liverpool, you will get like way more men in in class.
Yeah.
And there's an Ashtanga physique as well, like they're quite like toned arms.
Yeah.
And there's no bingo wings in Ashtanga.
No.
For the girls.
But
No,
I was thinking that when I was watching you. I was thinking,
triceps.
wow, looking good.
All them eccentric contractions of the triceps, Erin, and you know what they are now.
I do.
I won't make you explain on it.
Please don't.
Maybe later.
But that's just like a thought. That's just, you know, because all yoga comes from, it starts somewhere, doesn't it?
It starts somewhere. So if you think about like hatha postures, which all your warrior poses, your triangles, your standing tree poses, they're all like the traditional poses. And then what happened in like the 1930s, 40s, a teacher, old school teacher called Krishnamacharya, he learnt about the vinyasa, which was linking breath with movement. So he was the one who was responsible for pulling in all the postures and then putting them into what we now call a flow.
Okay.
And that manifested in the 1950s with Patabi Joyce's Ashtanga.
Love that.
And you could say that like vinyasa flow is derived from Ashtanga. It's got all the postures there.
Yeah.
We link the breath with movement. And the idea being that you still the mind and stop the thoughts by focusing on the postures, the transitions, how you work with your breath, how you flow from posture to
See,
posture.
I think you would like that because David's
But that's how
actually
you stop
breath work.
That's how you stop your thoughts.
Yeah.
But you stop your thoughts using breath work.
I can do that straight away, but in yoga, I think,
Can't switch
they're
off.
so loud.
Interesting.
It's like, so from the moment it starts, I think, I can't wait to be finished. Now, I know that's been
fair
a lot
enough.
of training, but with yoga...
But it's whether you want to take it on and whether you want to use it
Push
as
through
your
it.
tool to still the mind. Because once you get familiarity with the Ashtanga sequence, it's beautiful to put your... It's like driving home from work where you've
On
got
autopilot.
you're on autopilot and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, have I just got home?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same with Ashtanga. You do the same thing over and over again. Then you put yourself on the mat and you go into autopilot and then you feel amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing my Bikram Methods X training at the moment, and that
Yes.
feeling of being on the mat, it's my hour to myself. Don't think about anyone or anything else other than getting through the sequence. It's just so calming for the
Do
mind.
you like a set sequence?
Love
though?
it.
So
Love
I
it.
love a set sequence, but there's a type of practitioner and they don't like the set sequence. They want something different every day, which is why they'd be more inclined to get to like lots of different yoga teachers and do different styles.
Yeah.
But my personality type, your personality type likes the routine, the structure, like control.
That's
I like to
definitely
know
I'd
me.
probably like that.
I like to know
I like
what's
to know
next.
what's
Oh, okay.
in
And then
control.
I'll know. So a full primary series takes me about an hour, 20 minutes. So if I've only got an hour to practice, in my head, I'll go into practice and I know exactly what I'm
you're
going to
leaving
do
out.
and what I'm leaving out. And then and take myself through the full thing. But there's an element, I think with Ashtanga, there's an element of surrender in it. And if you take it on as a practice, it's almost like you're going to surrender to doing it.
Yeah.
I don't do it every day. I'll do it probably like 2 or 3 times a week, but I'll surrender to sticking to the exact sequence, working with the breath, not thinking about anything else. If the thoughts come, then without frustration, you just come back to what's going on in your mat. And there's almost like this like surrender to the idea that practice is going to take priority in my day, which is hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Think about, you've got kids, school runs, running businesses.
Yeah.
It's hard, but ultimately, like...
It's a non-negotiable.
It's a non-negotiable. So I'll get up in the morning, I'll have a tea or a coffee, and then I'm on the mat. Or I'll go for my walk and do the same thing with the walking. Same thing, isn't it? Meditation, you're looking at the trees, smelling them, looking for the birds, just
get it on.
the thoughts.
Yeah.
So the Ashtanga is just another way to stop your thoughts.
Yeah.
If you get into the best backbend you've ever done, bonus.
Love it.
But you might have those days.
Love a backbend.
You'd have those,
Look at Marcus as it's go.
you'd have those
We're
days.
not doing a backbend, are you?
You'd have those
Back me up,
days.
Marcus.
You'd have those days where you just feel like an absolute slug on the mat. And
or
you're
like you're dead frustrated with the balance.
It doesn't matter. I'm just going to be a slug on the mat. It doesn't matter because the point is I'm on the mat and I'm not thinking. I'm focused on the postures.
Yeah.
I love that.
But that doesn't always happen because there's a little voice going.
And
You're rubbish at this today.
Yeah, or sometimes the hardest part is getting out on the mat, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Or if you've had like a big dinner or you've had a few drinks at the weekend and like you feel
Why?
really sluggish and and that you got to kind of overcome. You shouldn't have had that extra glass of wine last night, or
Yeah.
those extra roast potatoes.
Don't do it.
You should feel nice and light now. It's Monday morning. Well, it doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't work that way.
It's done.
It's done. You can't change
You had
it.
the extra roasties. You had the extra glass of wine.
Yeah.
You're now on the mat.
Life's for living. Got to have the balance.
Life is for living.
I also look, I don't know about you, but from the outside, I've felt like sometimes yoga can be looked at. Some people avoid going because they've only got that hour and they want to try and get a workout in. Or some people go
Prioritise
to
weights.
different, or they'll go to yoga where it's more of a workout, not a yoga.
Yeah.
I'm only on the very, very outside, but what's that look like for you at the minute?
Well, the same really. I like a physical practice, so if I'm going to dedicate that time, I don't want to say workout,
Yeah.
but I want to feel like I've been physically challenged.
Yeah.
And I think that physical challenge, it sets me up for the rest of the day. And it's a physical challenge because like I can feel my heart race. I can feel like the energetic body.
Yeah.
What's more important to me is that like I like to move in the morning, and some people like to move more, don't they, in the evening time, and that's fair. But I love to think that in the morning I'm going to shake up all the energy in the body.
Yeah.
And you're so much more productive, I think.
Oh my God.
Have a well better day.
That hour, those couple of hours after morning practice,
Yeah.
get my laptop out, sit and have a coffee. I'll get like a full day's work.
And you're done.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Yeah.
I'm like that. If I do something in the morning, that's it. I'm just on a roll. Everything's getting sorted. And if I don't, I'm like, feel dead sluggish.
I'm like, the day's gone by 11.
Yeah.
But not everybody. Not everybody's like that. Like some people they don't like to move in the morning. They like to have like slow mornings, and then they'll do the movements in the afternoon. But for me, it's always morning. But again, there's personality types. We love Ashtanga. You love the movement in the morning and the structure. So it's like routine. It's a personality.
Personality, definitely personality.
Are you creative in your? Would you say you're more creative or logic?
I don't know. I'm not very logic.
I am.
Logic.
No.
Yeah, I'm not very
creative. It's non-stop. Creative, always looking for...
That's why you will probably benefit for something like this, because you can stop your mind for a little minute. But what am I?
It's great to have time out.
Am I creative? A little bit?
If you had to just put yourself, or if you if you were...
That's on the podcast where the dog goes...
Yeah, tumbleweeds.
Everyone just went...
It's more like I don't know. I'm just trying to like say like there's a personality type that's attracted to a practice like Ashtanga.
Yeah.
And I always like, are you a manager or would you be like in the marketing creative department in an organisation? I would be in the management. I'd be in the strategy meetings. Yeah. Rather than being...
I think I'm an all-rounder.
Very good.
There we go. Thanks, Julia. I'm like all right at most things.
Brilliant. Good for you.
She's really employable.
She's an all-rounder.
Any drops?
Yeah, I'm like that creative. I'm creative, but I don't know, like I know that comes from the mind not resting as well. So sometimes it's good that it's creative, but sometimes it's just my mind's way of going... and keeping going.
Yeah. Well, you run a business as well, don't you? Isn't it hard to kind of manage your jobs list? Because when you've got, like, your business is your baby and there's always more that you can do to drive business forward. Yeah. And that sends me around the bend. Yeah. I'm like, I'll have an amazing idea and I'm like, I've just given myself another week's worth of work.
Yeah.
So when my mind is going like that, it's great.
Well,
that
how amazing that
to still the mind.
But how amazing that you get to focus on your business, doing what you love, and having all these creative thoughts. Yes. Like, how amazing!
And
it is. I have created a.
You have,
a brand. I've created a brand, and I've created like a really lovely lifestyle for myself. So I'm allowed to, I can practice yoga, I talk about yoga, I'm marketing yoga, I'm going over to run like a yoga resort. Everything is surrounded by yoga, which means I'm surrounded by people.
And that's what I was just thinking then. It's like because I know we were laughing before because we said, but when are you going home?
Yeah.
Home is Bazakly. It will always be in Bazak.
I love that.
Keep it real. Never mind this tropical climate.
There's no cows in Bazakly.
In Crocky though. Come on. I
see
the cows every morning in Crocky Park, them big shaggy cows.
But you've created so am I right in thinking you do 6 months here, 6 months in India?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in India?
South Goa.
Okay. I've never been. I'm just interested.
Oh, you've got to come. It's
Okay.
amazing. So Goa is a Portuguese, or it was a Portuguese colony. The Portuguese only got kicked out in 67.
Okay.
That's late, isn't
That
it?
is late.
So anyway, that's by the by. There's a lot of
I love the little fun facts.
Where did they go?
Yeah, that's another podcast.
Portugal. There's lots of amazing Portuguese tiles and
Okay.
Portuguese architecture in Goa, which is really nice. But ultimately, it's like a little kind of like enclave in the whole of crazy India that's a holiday resort.
Okay.
And I'm right in the south. The north is pretty developed these days with like big hotels and like Indian city people coming to hang out on holiday. And the south is still remain pretty like shanty and pretty charming, really. So I live on a little beach called Patnam Beach, and I've been there
amazing.
for like 12 years. And my resort is like, it's like an 8-minute walk from the beach. It's gorgeous. It's really
How
amazing.
did this all come about? How did you just
Oh,
move and
once upon a
set up in
time.
India? Because you didn't actually get into yoga till later on, a little bit,
No,
was
I was
it?
like well into my 30s. I
Yeah.
was like, 36. I used to always do like, it was gym yoga, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You know, like
a fitness class.
Stretch after
Yeah.
spinning.
Yeah.
And the story, it's kind of a bit of a gin and tonic story, really. But in a nutshell, I was travelling in India.
All right, okay.
I was a maths teacher. So I was a maths teacher in Hyson. So there you go.
Oh, I'm from Highton.
Keeping
Keeping
it
it
real
real.
again. Knowsley Hay.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Nursery
I
Hay,
was-
yeah.
so
Lord
no-
Derby now,
no.
isn't it?
Yeah, and it merged with Bowring. So I was in that crazy big
Oh
school.
my
I was
God.
there for the first year of that. Don't get me talking about this.
We need to talk about
Bit
that.
of post-trauma.
No one to get
Sure.
into yoga
bring-
after that.
You bring two schools
You need
together
to.
and teach them in what was
In
like
one
a
go.
sport-
God.
in a sports centre.
I actually
Yeah.
remember that though, because Bowden got knocked down, didn't it? And then they moved to that big academy.
They both got knocked. They invested millions in it, and whoever designed the school clearly was not a teacher, because you don't. It was a naughty school as well,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
fine.
they
That's
weren't
like
good
one thing.
schools.
But those kids needed to be in like straight lines, looking at a board,
Yeah.
and it was all open plan. Like
Yeah.
circle tables, which, so from a teacher's perspective, if you have circle tables, half the class has got the back to you.
Yeah.
Come
Oh
on.
God, yeah.
And then it was all
Never
open
thought of
plan
that before.
with glass. Any classrooms had like huge glass windows, so it was all open. And then they put like these wheelie chairs all outside, right? So you just get like calm in a lesson, and then you just see your kid just like
Doing spinnies.
past the room, right? And you couldn't help but laugh.
Even you.
But like you couldn't get control in
Oh,
it. And then the
God.
science, there was no science. You know, we had science labs
Yeah.
in school.
With the
It was
Bunsen
I'm deviating
burners.
here from-
Yeah.
It was called the Science Barn. So you had like 6 classes at the same time, all doing
Oh.
science. So science
Oh,
is the
God.
class that you rocked up to, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to mess
I'm
around.
going
Yeah.
now. Lighters, Bunsen burners,
Deodorants.
chemicals, anything.
Yeah, some stink bombs.
Stick-
Yeah.
So anyway, it was chaos.
Yeah, it sounds it.
But I didn't get out of maths teaching. I just decided to just like move school. I was actually going to go and get a job in Spain, just go and work in an international school. Took time out, went travelling. And then I got to this Patnam Beach, and I literally seen a little sign on a tree that said yoga teacher training.
Oh my God.
So that's like this, that's 2012, November 2012, so 13 years ago. And that was before these teacher trainings.
What a thing.
Yeah.
They're big now, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere now, aren't they?
they?
They're
Every now,
everywhere.
you know, it's really competitive over in Goa. Met this crazy little teacher called Kranti, signed up for the course, and I swear to God, I signed up for the course because it went over Christmas. I'd been dead healthy, and I didn't want to go on the ale.
So this was
I
keeping you off it.
I was like, I'm going to sign up for that 4-week course and
Love
just
that.
like bury myself in the thing, because like you can imagine what Goa was going to be like
Yeah.
over Christmas. It was
Crazy.
it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But I just decided for that year,
Yeah.
I was gonna take the healthier option and just put myself on this teacher training.
Oh
How
my
mad's
God.
that? And then I had the most amazing time
Oh.
on this 4-week course. And it was at a time where Kranti, the business, it was getting bigger and bigger, and he needed more teachers. So I've got a limited yoga practice, but I've come from
Teaching.
and so I've got postgrad in
Yeah.
education, and then before then I was a retail manager. I was an operations manager
Perfect.
for River Island.
All right.
So I've got like used to
Customer based.
manage
Yeah,
like
yeah,
100 people
Yeah.
in a shop. So I've got all this like operational experience. His resort's going from strength to strength. It's getting bigger and bigger. We're getting more and more signed up. So it was almost like
It was meant to be.
he was crying out for somebody like me to come and organise him. So then I was pushing the resort forward and marketing that and the business side of it. But I was also writing curriculum for him to push the teacher trainings on. And I was learning how to teach.
He must have loved you.
And I was developing how... He really did.
He did, didn't he?
He landed on his feet.
Did.
When I
They always say that. He's submitting. I was just going, oh,
Yeah.
that woman.
Not here again.
She drove me round the bend. I was bullied.
I was nice and peaceful, so she stuck up.
So we grew and grew the business. And
Wow.
so just before lockdown, there was easy 100 guests. We used to have maybe 4 or 5 teacher trainings running at the same time. And it was,
Because it must have been huge.
I had 20 teachers working for me as well at one point. So I was managing 20 teachers. So you can imagine all yes.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
That was it, wasn't it?
I can imagine.
That was a job in itself.
Yeah.
All those gorgeous teachers.
Yeah.
But, the whole resort, we were high on life. We were doing yoga all day. We're living on a beach. The sunset's there. The small
Couldn't ask for better than that.
It was absolutely brilliant. Then lockdown
Sounds
came.
not unlike Vizachli.
Vizachli will always...
You've touched a nerve
I
there,
know,
David.
yeah, just-
Always Vizachli. I'm always at home in Vizachli. So then lockdown came. So that kind of...
So this was all quite recent. I mean, I know
This
lockdown was 5 years, but still.
This was all the way. So I was there in that school up until 2020. Then we went into lockdown. So there was the whole lockdown.
So did you do
situation.
lockdown in India? Was you already there and stayed
So
there?
by this time I'd met George. So I decided the Cranties was my last season, and that coincided with me meeting the George.
Aww. He looks like an absolute ball.
George is
This is a fella.
the most joyful person you will ever meet. My George. If you look at him, you instantly feel better.
Yeah.
He's got the most
He's just like a
amazing-
ray of sunshine, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gorgeous. So he's from Kerala, which is a couple of states down from Goa. So he's Indian. So I made the decision that I was actually going to go off on my own and do my own teacher trainings. I was ready, when you work a bit,
you've got
you're
enough
just ready to go off and
experience.
do your own
Yeah.
thing. And I was ready for the, for the change of, just a change. And it coincided with me kind of copping off
Oh, I love
with
that.
George, so to speak.
Where
Where
did you meet him? Just on a night?
I'd known him for ages. I'd known him for
okay.
ages. And he was married. I was really busy with the school. He was married and he owned the resort. We were neighbours for ages. And then anyway, he split up from his wife, and she was American. She went back to the States, and
That's when you swooped in.
I swooped.
You're so Julia swooped in.
Sounds a bit like cowboys and Indians. This. Right, she's gone.
Let's go.
There was
Only messing.
Yeah.
But it was I just when
It
you
just happened.
it just
Right.
happened.
Naturally.
I kept bumping into him on nights out and having nice chats with him.
Aww.
And when you're just oh God, when I was single and
Yeah.
oh God, and then there was this one day where I was like, George is actually available, and he's really cute.
Yeah.
Let's just see what's going. Let's see if anything happens. So anyway, it did. So it started off as just a bit of a hook up, and then we went into lockdown.
Love you, Julia.
Yeah.
We went into but wait till you what
on,
happened
go on.
next.
Go on.
We went into lockdown, and the way over here you got given loads of weeks to
Yeah.
Oh, the
notice
furlough.
toilet for the toilet roll. You went shopping for toilet rolls.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. In India, I was oblivious to it all. We kind of knew something was going on.
But you're in your own little
I
bubble.
was in a proper little bubble. I'm
Yeah.
dating George, aren't I? I'm
Yeah.
having the time of my life. and then the next thing, India just locked down for a day.
For a day.
A day, right? So I was like, Sam, I'm going to
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Go to the
I'm
beach.
going round to George.
I'm busy
Full
anyway.
day with George.
And my school's closed. I'm going to go and hang around with George. And and I had 2 other friends who also had India. They weren't even boyfriends. We were dating them.
Just seeing them.
Yeah. So the 3 of us, so we all went to stay with these fellas, and the school kind of closed down for a day, and then it went to a 3-day lockdown. Then it was a 1-week lockdown,
The eyes lit up.
and I'm like, I'm being locked down with this fella here.
I know you've only met him.
Only come for a day.
Exactly. The wine's finished. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home now.
It was like the Big Brother,
done now.
day 42.
Yeah.
So I'm messaging my mates, and I'm like,
Help.
"Are you okay?
How you feeling?
Are you? Well, it looks like we've locked down with these fellas." Anyway,
That's funny, that.
So that was it. So then I went and got all my stuff from the house that I was living in at the back of the beach and just shifted all my stuff over, and that's how I ended up with George.
What a fab story that is.
So George was like, would you want to take over this yoga resort? George has got this resort that was begging for someone like me to go in and to just
sort it out.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to mix business with pleasure and blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, God, it is a really amazing resort. So that was it then. So in lockdown, I spent time building the website, starting to put yoga teacher trainings together. And then that was it. So, then I got locked out. Then came back to the UK because it started raining. I was like, George,
let's go now. Back to Fasachali.
George,
I'm done now.
Did he come with you?
No, George. There's no way he would have travelled.
Why?
Because he had an Indian. It was when everything had locked down.
Oh, okay.
So it was tricky.
It was tricky. So we had 4 months, I would say, lockdown. I locked down there for 4 months, and then it got to August. The rain came. And I thought, I'm ready to go back and see the family and my mates in the UK. I went back, and then...
Were we on lockdown in here still?
You were... No, you were out then. So I came home. I came home, and then it was in October, November that everything started. Remember that November when the gyms all started closing? That's where the reality set in there. I'm not getting back to Goa anytime soon.
Aww.
And that's how I did the first teacher training. Lovely Ronak. Do you know Ronak?
No.
Yoga teacher Ronak?
No.
I was in Yoga Caesar, and Ronak said, if you're not going back to Goa, why don't you do a teacher training?
It just all fell into place, hasn't
So
it?
the studios were closed.
Yeah.
And when everyone was jumping through hoops and looking for grey areas.
Oh, yeah. What was the compulsory
the
workers?
Boom as well,
no, I was adult education.
So you were a necessary way. What were they called?
All the colleges were open for adults.
Like a key worker.
Key worker, yeah.
It was. I would say me grey area was adult education. That was the slant on it, right? So I advertised only on my Instagram, which wasn't big back then. I advertised for teacher training, and there was 11 of them who signed up for teacher training.
Wow.
They were all PTs.
Oh my God.
Because the gyms had closed. So we got into Yoga Caesar, we barricaded ourselves in, we bought a coffee machine in, we had a microwave, and we just had the most amazing 4 weeks.
Love that.
It was brilliant. It was a really, really great 4 weeks because everything was...
So lockdown actually worked in your favour, didn't it?
Yeah.
It really, really did.
And that was the start of the Yoga Academy and running the trainings in Liverpool. So thank you, Ronak.
Oh, shout out.
And George.
George gets the biggest shout
I feel like we need to meet George. He sounds just like a ray of sunshine.
He's amazing. He was here June, July.
Yeah, I think I seen on your stories. Went on a few little nights out and that. He just looks so fun.
Yeah, he loves Greg's.
Do you know
My
what?
fella is obsessed with
me
Greg's.
and George are going to be sound together.
Is it just a man thing?
Steak bake.
Like,
What's your favourite? What would you want? Steak bake?
I don't know. I feel like
No,
steak bake. Yeah,
meat and potato.
always steak.
Meat and potato?
No, always steak bake. But it's
okay.
like they put something in the sorted rolls that you have to go back.
Yeah, they're not
It's
soft.
like
even all the something like that.
Yeah,
all
it's something that's not
chemicals.
meant to be in there, but when you eat it, you
Tastes
think,
so good.
and straight after you eat it, think I could have another one. You have another one, and you think,
Yeah, too far.
but
So now you're doing your teacher training half the year in Liverpool and half in Goa, is that right?
Yeah. So I was doing a 3-week course in Liverpool, but now I just run that in Goa.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to have 3 weeks out,
You might as well.
You may as well take yourself.
You might as well be on the beach.
On holiday
you
as well.
learn your best when you're in
Fully
the environments.
immersed, yeah.
When you're in the environments where everyone's there to learn, and then after it, you're all in the right environment, and you carry on talking about your training and stuff. I feel like
it's an immersive experience.
And people
you're
say
living
that.
it and breathing it.
People say that all the time. So they either like, if you're going to do yoga teacher training, go away to India or go on holiday somewhere. Why is that? Why is it so much?
India's very spiritual as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where it all kicked off, isn't it? I mean, Goa is a holiday resort.
Yeah,
Let's
definitely.
be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Put it out there, so you're coming out to kind of have like sunsets on the beach. You're having time out from real life.
Day to day.
It's like in a day, if you can take 10 minutes out of your day to just sit with your breath and to do your meditation a little bit longer if you can, that's what you've done, isn't it? Whereas if you take 3 weeks out of like the bigger picture,
Imagine
you've got time to just get grounded, take stock,
Stillness.
check in with yourself,
Just stillness,
be still. And I think there's nothing there's nothing better than like just sitting down with something new and learning something new and concentrate on something else to deviate from everything else in your life. And then I think you refocus, don't you?
Yeah.
I feel like if you can sit in your own stillness, then that's it. That's it, you know, once you learn to sit with yourself, everything else is possible after that point.
Yep, it all falls into place.
It really is, but we spend so much time avoiding sitting with ourselves and always trying to sit with other people and sort everyone's problems out rather than just sitting in stillness.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's something that we could really benefit, like the kids of now, of like when if you can sit in your own stillness and breathe, or just not think and just meditate or do yoga. Because I know it's you know, it's big now. My little boy's in nursery, he's 3, and they're like doing yoga in school, and I'm like, I don't know what that looks like, but the fact that it's just they're even just saying it, it's the start, innit? Because that wasn't there for us.
No.
God, no.
Just got a biscuit and a bottle of milk. Said, go and chase him. Where if they're doing like the yoga at that age in schools, I don't know.
Freddie did it in his nursery. They said he was good at it as well. I was like, he's been watching me doing the downward dogs.
It's all them socks he's got.
Isn't that funny? What?
It's all them
Pilates socks he's got.
Oh, bless.
He's got a couple of little pairs.
It's mindfulness though, isn't it? It's teaching the kids to just be able to sit and to not be
so busy.
Overactive and so busy and reactive. It's it's powerful. How old's your little one?
3. 3 years.
2 3-year-old.
2 3s,
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. And you're just always trying to pass on to someone else, aren't you?
I don't know. I don't have. I
but even in your trainings and everything, like everything you're doing and you've learned and your life experience is going on to the people in your course.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a privilege to be able to share practice, whether that's in Goa, whether it's over in Liverpool. It doesn't matter. It's just I'm always extremely grateful for people, you know, like yourself, for people who come and practice with me and will listen. Let me share all my anatomy geeky.
I love it.
Geeky stuff. I think you're an anatomy geek in the making.
Yeah, I need a few more courses, but
you've done about 10 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's May next one, so we're all good.
Okay.
Everyone needs to just have chill time in winter, don't we? We just need to hibernate, just kind of like get through and focus on practice and family. And
how did you get into anatomy? Because I think anatomy is just such a minefield.
Injury.
Okay. Yeah.
It was injury. And then if I go back to when I first started writing curriculum for the teacher trainings, the course that I did, like traditional Indian courses, there was no anatomy. Their anatomy was is the chakras. It's the energetic body.
Yeah.
So I'm not expert in the chakras. It's not really my thing, or it's not my thing. So I was very conscious, like in the early days, that we need to have a little bit more. We need to have some anatomy on this course. So I got the books out and started reading. Then, and this is pre-podcasts even. This is going back. So I started reading up on the anatomy. I had loads of physios were around. So I'd always pick their brains. I'd be like, right, I've been reading about the knee. And can you just explain a little bit, right? And then the next thing, the physios would sit and give me like a full lesson on the knee.
Amazing.
Then various injuries, working with like different clinicians and therapists, learnt loads about that. And then just like training myself.
And just life experience and teaching. Yeah,
but there's loads of brilliant stuff on podcasts. Like I listen to an anatomy podcast most nights before.
You are a proper anatomy geek, aren't you?
I listened to something the other day with Tony Robbins, and he was saying we live in an era now where there's that much information, but overloaded with information.
And then you don't know where to look. There's too much information,
and then the way our mind is now, it's now like, well, you listen to that, and then you go, well, who's right? And then you don't listen because there's 3 or 4 different things. But I think you always have to find the one that fits you right.
Yeah, and you'll always find your favourite podcasters, won't you? And the people who resonate with you, and the voice. The voice has got to resonate. That's
massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
because even when you're buying an audio book, I don't know about you, but
the voice,
I'll look and go, and then if the voice, I'll go, no, can't listen to that.
Yeah,
cannot listen to that.
It's just annoying.
Or I hate buying an audio book and it's not the guy talking who's done the book; it's someone else, and I think, that how can I get this if it's not you? Do you get me?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I know you mentioned the other day about what's the word? What were we talking about? The body.
Anatomy.
There you go. Autonomy. I was going to say. He plays for Man United. Well, he plays for Napoli now. But I know you said how much that's helped you since you've gone into your classes. Now it's give you another...
I've been talking about all the internal and external rotation of
Oh
all
my
God,
top of the class.
No, I am.
That makes me very
I'm literally
happy.
like patting myself on the back. I'm like, oh my God, I've learned so much. So I done a Pilates course, but again, we had to do a level 3 test, but you just sort of like had to get through it. You weren't like taught, and the way you give us all the hands-on experience on that 3-day course, I learnt more.
But it can be quite dry.
Yeah, it is.
So you've got to teach it from like a practical perspective.
Relatable.
Which is what you'll get from that. So I teach anatomy through yoga.
Yeah.
You get that, don't
Yeah.
you? So if you love yoga and you're a yoga teacher and you practice, then you get loads out of it. But yeah, it's easy for me to make reference to all the. So we did the hips and the pelvis over the 3 days because it's huge, isn't it? Because, it's a huge topic. So all the practice was completely referenced, wasn't it, with what we were learning?
And I think as well, we were getting up doing the movements, and that didn't half help me because I'm one of them. I can't just read a book; it just won't go in.
No,
so
and it's boring. If you learn it like that as well. It's got to be like in practice, and the textbook we work from. All the illustrations really help as well. So
So the way all these yogas years ago started off, is there any new ones, or is that it? Or can anyone create a new yoga pattern?
The yoga training that I'm
just
on.
trying to think, can we create like army yoga?
Well, the yoga,
For men?
the course that I'm on is being created by Rachel, isn't it? So it's Bikram, but she's like inspired it to her own method.
Okay.
So it's now called Method X.
Yeah.
So that's like a new style, but taken from the postures that she's learned in Bikram. Is that right? So there's different variations. I think it's all interpretation, isn't it?
There's new stuff coming out all the time.
Yeah.
Is there?
Oh yeah. What about like seasonal flow, elemental flow?
Yeah.
There's like new stuff coming all the time, and then you've got all like your power flows. Rocket, I suppose, is a Rocket's been going since like late 90s. That's like a mishmash of Ashtanga.
Yeah.
So if you think Ashtanga is like the structure, your set sequence, posture to posture. Rocket it's made up of like the Ashtanga postures, but you can deviate from the sequence and be a bit playful, and you can put the arm balances in there and the funky transitions. So there's always something new. The big thing like is trademarks.
A twist on it. Yeah,
it's different. A different twist on it. But the trademarks are coming, aren't they?
Yeah.
The trademarks.
Yeah, everyone wants to protect, don't they?
Get over it.
Let it go.
Yeah, get over it. It's a sequence.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to, why do you want to trademark it? They didn't have to trademark Ashtanga, and it's still, the lineage is still there. But and Jiva Mukti's one of the most recent ones to be. They've trademarked that.
Oh, okay.
So that
what does that mean? No one else can take the name.
It means that you can't teach it unless you've done their teacher training.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
It's just control and protection, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Bikram was found. When was it? It's going back to like
someone told me a story about it the other day.
Did you watch
Bikram? It was found that Bikram just put Bikram the character aside.
That's what I heard about.
The Netflix documentary. Did you see that?
Yeah, but Bikram the person as a teacher is very controversial. So just put him to one side. Yeah. He tried to trademark his sequence. And it went to court in New York, and it was found that he wasn't allowed to do that. It's just postures. He was only allowed to trademark his teaching materials. Okay. So Bikram is scripted. It's scripted.
Yeah, it's all dialogue.
Right. So that's what he's been able to trademark.
Right.
So really, if you're teaching Bikram, you should have done his course, which is what, 10 grand?
I don't even know.
That's how the trademarks in yoga. So it's very controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kundalini.
Kundalini.
So I've never done it. Is it Kundalini yoga?
It is Kundalini yoga.
Yeah, but it's like breathwork and stuff, isn't it?
So this is what I thought Kundalini was breathwork, which there is a breathwork, is there, or not? Right. Or am I presuming that's the way it was?
I'm not expert in Kundalini, but it's all about the energetic body, and you've got this like metaphorical like serpent that kind of like goes from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. So Kundalini yoga is a series of breathwork techniques and postures and a bit of breath with movement and mantra, all to stimulate the different chakras. So you reach enlightenment.
What do you think of Kundalini?
I don't practice it.
No.
It's could I say it's an esoteric practice? It's definitely not as popular as like the flowy kinds of like practices.
Yeah, but then
and stuff
that
like
makes
that.
sense though. Always... that makes sense because it's more internalized as well. So a lot of people don't like
Kundalini practitioner. I don't want to
say what you say.
They tend to be a little bit more eccentric.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You agree with that?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Have you tried it?
No.
That
might be all right for me though, because it mixes the two together.
Yeah.
And I won't have to bend over backwards.
You'd probably see, like, the breath work that you're doing now, they will be like in the Kundalini practices, but you can,
that's that one done and dusted.
But it's all like, the Kundalini people, they talk about like, with all your sexual energy and all that kind of stuff. So that's like brought into it as well. So you.
Me and you, baby.
Marcus, you coming to Kundalini Friday night?
Yeah,
Kundalini
I'm
yoga. Busy. So that's so it's a different branch. It's a different branch of yoga.
Okay.
Ashtanga comes from like the hatha side.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you got Bhakti yoga as well, which is all about like worship. Like the Hare Krishnas would be like the Bhakti yoga practitioners. So that's all about like worshiping Hare Krishna to get closer to enlightenment.
That started though earlier on when he was going like that, remember?
Yeah. So what's next then for you then? So I know obviously
for the rest of the year. That was my question. Was going to be what was yours?
Well, we know you're going to go out, aren't you, on Wednesday? But what is next for your brand and your business? Because I know obviously that 3-day course that I did last week, you've got more dates in the diary for that, haven't you?
We've got, Andrea and I have got more dates in the diary. So we're going to do 4 modules next year. Shoulder stability, unlock the spine. We've got an adjustments course.
Love that. I definitely want to do that.
Adjustments course is so much fun.
Yeah.
So hands-on. And then we'll go back to the science of stretching in October. So that means, if they're like 30-hour courses, that means you've got like, there's 120 hours there of curriculum, which will be counted towards a 300-hour certificate, which is what Yoga Alliance, what they want you to be 500 hours qualified. Yeah. So your 200 hours is your first step, and then you keep adding, you know, into it to get the 500
And I think that's needed. We can always learn.
Yeah, you can always learn. Sometimes I think, just put the certificates to one side. We've all bought into the concept of like...
Got to keep.
And I can't diss it because it's my industry.
I know,
And I love giving out. I love a presentation. I really do. But sometimes just put the certificates to one side and just focus on your learning.
Yes.
And when, as a newly qualified teacher, I'd always say, go and teach, go and connect with practice, and then after a while decide what you want to learn.
Yeah.
Do you want to learn about the shoulder, or do you want to go and do Kundalini course?
Yeah.
It's
find your niche type thing.
Find your niche. But I suppose what you can expect from me is that anatomical content and like all the technical details of a course. That's my practice. That's what I teach. And we spoke, didn't we, about we were talking about like pratyahara and withdrawal of the senses. So we use the breath in the breath work and the drishti points, like the focal points and the postures. But when you've got that that anatomical knowledge, you go even deeper and further, because you kind of like just really focusing on what's going on inside. And that's not for everybody. Some people don't like it. Some people like to put music on and just like flow through the postures and move with intuition, which is brilliant. If your mind is calm, job done. But I love that kind of technical side of the practice, and I suppose the people who practice with me, they do as well. You obviously bought into it.
Yeah.
Anatomy geek, get some glasses. There'll be a skeleton. There'll be a skeleton in the reception. Or at least a femur bone.
Femur.
little slice of pelvis.
So what a dream team you and Andrea are, eh?
Oh, she's a good egg.
We love Andrea in here, don't we?
I feel like I've known Andrea for and you know people from Instagram, don't you? And I actually went for treatment with Zen. Like, must be like 20.
He was in, wasn't he?
Yeah. Zen physio. Going back to like 2013, so I started doing all the Ashtanga and then messed up all my
your left
shoulder.
Always left.
And Zen fixed it. And he'd met Andrea around about that time.
Oh
so
my
I kind
God.
of was watching them a little bit on Facebook. Remember Facebook?
Yeah,
And then
remember
it
Facebook.
keeps like popping up, like, do you know, these people.
Yeah, mutual friend
Mutual
suggestion.
friends. So you're going in and you're like, oh, you know, so I've kind of known her from then. And then she messaged me one day and she wanted to speak about coming over to Goa.
Oh my God.
And then I spoke to her, and then obviously she was getting bigger and bigger on Instagram. And then when I was home one summer, I arranged to go round to her house.
For the stretch lab.
No, just to go.
For
I just
the
wanted
coffee.
to meet her.
Ah.
I just felt like I knew her,
Yeah.
and we had this like bizarre connection without us ever having met.
Yeah.
So I went round to her house, and I was nervous. I felt like I was going round to meet some kind
For
of
the
like
date.
celebrity. Yeah, I was like going on a date.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm on set. You know, I'm on set with Andrea. And
she's just
hit
the
it-
nicest
just
person
hit it off with
ever.
her straight away, like chatted non-stop
Yeah.
for about 2 hours. And then she's been over to Goa since. So I've hung out with Zen and the kids and stuff. So yeah, so she's great. So we balance each other out a little bit. I think
Yeah.
we both bring different qualities and different energies to the table. But she's them stretch labs are.
She gets you in some crazy positions.
She really does.
She really does,
people
doesn't she?
Staggering into practice the
Yeah.
next morning. I'm like, Andrea, what have you done to
Honestly,
them?
I was in agony after
Supposed
that.
to be just like
gentle.
60% of effort is fine in class,
Yeah,
everyone.
I was thinking,
don't
I'm
push,
at 100
Don't
here.
push yourself. And Andrea's like, I disagree.
No, I know.
Right.
She
Yeah.
actually said that,
So
didn't
I'm
she?
like 60%, let's work on stamina. We've got 3 days. And she's like that.
Let's go.
Full power.
Let's go. We're ready for war.
But it worked.
It
we got
works.
everybody through
It
3
works.
days. Everybody had brilliant.
I love an adjustment.
Yes.
You know, when you see someone walking over, I'm like, yeah, come and get me.
Yeah,
And like the little massage that you do on the spine. What is that? Is that just like,
Just a little massage on the spine.
oh, was she just massaging me then?
Everybody-
I didn't know whether that was
Everyone
to
needs
like...
a massage on the spine.
It's just encouraging release, isn't it?
Yeah.
Touch.
Yeah.
Just the touch,
Just,
isn't it? Like
just touching
and
movement or
be-
touching anything. Any touching stillness is like, wow.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
It just unlocks
Yeah.
in the
It
right
does.
place at the right
So
moment.
and you know, when you're teaching, an adjustment is got like a little bit of weight and a bit of pressure to take you deeper into the postures. But sometimes you just do like tactile.
Well, we've done some in a stretch
corrections.
lab, so I was paired up with Maya, she's not a yoga teacher, but she should be. She's amazing.
She should
She is
be.
amazing. She comes in here. But she was doing the adjustments and she was dead light on me, and I was like, get here, get into position. But like, it's confidence, isn't it, with the adjustments? Like putting the pressure on, it doesn't half help.
Yeah, and you don't want to hurt, you don't want to injure anybody, so we do have to be careful. So while you're learning, it's all about communication. So just ask him whether it feels okay. Less is more, and then go.
And then do it anyway.
And then go full power.
Yeah, then full power.
Full
Day 2.
power. But again,
Day 2.
you've got like
Literally.
again, you've got a personality type, because you've got like
Yeah.
a personality type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they feel really nervous about
Yeah,
it.
they're not going.
And you know, let's be fair, there's an element, you know, there's people who don't like to be touched in class.
No.
So
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
no, you've always
give
got to
the-
ask.
That's-
Yeah, so they either don't want to be touched, or they feel really nervous about it. And then you've got like the people like ourselves, I'm sure, who are like, go full
do it.
power.
Touch me.
Full power.
Yeah.
Get full 60 kilos.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
on your back.
Love it.
So
I love being squashed.
it's good. But that's a feature of Ashtanga. It's a
Yeah.
feature of
Oh,
the
is it?
Ashtanga. Yeah, the adjustment is a feature of Ashtanga practice. And Andrea's like so
She's-
Ashtanga.
yeah.
Even, I mean, I'm pretty
You're good.
disciplined with the Ashtanga. But
Our
she's
discipline's next level, isn't it?
But I can't, Ashtanga, rocket, flow, I'll like mix it up a little bit, because I feel like that's what my body needs.
Bit of variety.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for popping in.
Thanks for having me.
That's like
Thanks for
felt
the
like
laugh.
5 minutes.
It is. I've loved getting to know a bit more about you, Julia.
Amazing.
What a fabulous
Good
life you've
stuff.
got.
So
Yeah.
When are you back?
I'll see you
So
I'm
people
back.
can keep an eye out.
I come
Yeah.
back when the sun comes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. It's
You know,
getting
when
too
you-
cold
Yeah.
now. in
She's
you
hibernation.
Passahalin.
go into hibernation, and then
Hibernation.
I'll come back, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're back! The sun's out."
So when
the
you
flowers,
for
daffodils."
everyone that's looking, when you see the flowers,
That's when you know.
Andrea-
Teacher training.
Julia will be
you see a
behind
bit
the
of,
flowers.
bit of blue sky, and
I don't
You'll be
blame
following.
you.
I'm back. So end of April. I'm back end of April, and then I'll be teaching again from May.
Amazing.
Back in Liverpool. So there you go. So if you get yourself a little week or 2 weeks off. Then there's a couple of cottages there for you in
that sounds
in
good. Can I have 2 weeks off?
Another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks. It's for personal development. Yes. It's for growth. It's for growth.
It's a project.
Call it growth.
Yeah. Yes.
I've never known an industry where like we spend so much money on trainings. Like when I was a maths teacher.
Well, yeah, you never did used to do courses then.
Yeah.
You imagine me saying I'm just taking a week off. I'm going to go on like a CPD. To go and, I don't know, do some algebra, some equations.
Algebra.
But over here,
some
it's
fractions.
It's great.
What did you say them kids were doing? I'm going to go practice me spins.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing, Julia.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Safe travels.
Thank you.